Hey guys, it's Juliet, welcome back. I'm doing another look on the Mercury Retrograde palette, so let's get into it. I'm using this color corrector again because of my severe eye bags. Actually, ever since university, my eye bags just kept getting worse. Whatever is left on my finger, I just go ahead and apply it on my forehead because I do have some little blemishes there. Then you see me using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. This foundation is super full coverage. I love it so much. I actually went to LA Disneyland with this, mixing it with the Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk foundation, and it lasted forever. Well, I mean, for a really long time. I actually went on a 5-hour flight and then went to Disneyland that day. Is it just me or that this foundation actually smells like wet dog or cat? It's kind of weird, or maybe it's just me being kind of weird, but every single time I use this, I just feel like my cat's just finished taking a bath. I've just been loving the ColourPop concealer, so yeah, I'm using the same thing again. I'm doing the same thing and then just blending. In the background, I used to have more plants, but my cats kept eating them, so now I'm left with 2, and I try not to let them into the bedroom anymore. I saw some kind of cat repellent spray on Amazon, but I'm really not sure what's in there and if it's safe or not, so I didn't get any of them. Okay, where am I? Yeah, powder. I only use this powder because I think it's the best. Anyways, back to how my cats destroy my place. They not only destroy plants, they also love destroying toilet paper. And that was the second rule that day. His brother was on the other side of the door playing as well. I'm not sure if you can see his little hand. So yeah, we go through a lot of toilet paper each month. Alright, for eyebrows. After I brushed them out, I didn't fill them in this time. I only used this brow gel to kind of give them a darker color. This brow gel is not really the kind that makes your eyebrows stay in place, I feel, but to only give them a little tint. The lighting of this video makes my eyebrows look like they're kind of sparse and that the brow gel didn't really do much, but in real life, I think they look pretty decent. I'm using this Maybelline bronzer to bronze myself up. I never skip this step because I feel like if I don't bronze or contour, I'll look super pasty because of the foundation, and I'm obviously jabbing it into my hairline as well. We are using the Mercury Retrograde palette again. I quite like this palette because I think it's really fun. I'm going in with Karma as a base again. I'm putting it all over my crease. I just think this is a really good color to start with, and it's a pretty good transition shade for later on. Then I'm using the shade Crash and putting it all over my eyelids to kind of give them a pinker undertone for the shade I'm using next. Now I'm using the shade Utopia. It's an orangey pink kind of color, and I think it might be my favorite shade in the palette. I'm using a tiny flat brush to pat it on my tiny Asian eyelids. This color does have a little bit of fallout, but I'm just going to use a powder brush to sweep it all off later on. Next, I'm going into Supernova. It's a pink shimmery glittery shade, and I'm putting it in the center of my eyelids. Then I'm using the shade Supermoon and topping it on the center again. This reminds me of the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb, but it's kind of with the chunkier glitter. I'm going back with the shade Karma for my bottom lash line. I used to always sweep the color on, but the powder would get into my contact lenses and make everything look foggy throughout the day. So now I try to pat the color on and be super careful. I went back to the shade Supernova for the outer part of my lower lash line to kind of darken it and to add some shimmer. I'm using the shade Supermoon again, and I'm applying it on the inner corners of my eyes. Also, I'm dragging it up along the contour of my eyes until I reach the halfway point above my eyeballs, which you can feel around the center of your crease. I'm using the shade Galaxy to lighten the lower inner corners of my eyes, and I think I've used enough shimmer on my eyes at this point. For my eyeliner, I'm trying my best not to do a crappy wing, but it's really hard when your liner is kind of dry. So that's why I switched to the Fenty one because it has more ink. After I curled my lashes, I just used a waterproof mascara. I found this a couple weeks ago in my drawer, so I decided to use it, but I think it's kind of old. It still works, but I'm probably not going to be using it anymore. I love frickin' contouring my nose because I think it ties a whole look together and I'll look way better in pictures as well. Well, at least that's what I think. After contouring, I'm trying these faux mink lashes from Ardell. They look pretty decent and wasn't too hard to apply, but my favorite from them is still the demi wispies. I tried the wispies before, but they were just too long for me. For blush, I'm going back to the shade Karma from the palette. I used a smaller pointed brush and made sure I coated the brush nicely for an even application. For highlighter, I decided to use the shade Galaxy from the palette as well. It actually looked pretty natural and better than what I've expected, so I ended up putting some on my nose bridge as well. I'm using a dark brown liquid liner to open up my eyes. I just really like to do that these days because I feel like it really does open them up and make me look more awake. Finally, to the lips. I'm using this color as a base, so I dabbed a little on the center of my lips and kind of spreaded it out using my ring finger. Then I'm using my favorite since high school, this Nude NYX lip liner. I'm lining my lips to create this gradient effect. After I quickly set my face with setting spray, I am finally done. I hope you all enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys soon.